Hello and welcome to YouTube's first Excel-based video channel. What I'm going to be doing here is going over some popular YouTube investment advisors, seeing how they've performed so far. I know for myself, I just recently got into investing after the whole GME blow up and didn't have a broker, didn't have any money in the market, and really wanted to be there next time something like that went. And obviously, just having that money there, you want to learn what to do with it. And I imagine if you're watching this, like me, you turn to YouTube to figure out what to do with your money. And there are so many people out there, and most of them don't seem to have very good intentions. These are the list of ones that sort of struck me as the best. Really probably would have been better for the initial one to throw in some of the more scandal-ridden YouTubers out there just to see how they perform, but we can do that next month. So what I've done though is taken every stock that they have recommended to buy. If they have gone over options, Chris Sane, Traveling Trader, will both walk you through their options trading. I haven't put that on here. That's just too complicated. Also, Zip Trader is usually focused on short-term trades, which, I mean, only 9 days into the month, he's probably getting a fair shake so far, but further on into the month, perhaps, if he's, said it's time to sell this or something along that. I'm not going to go into all of that. I don't have time, but we are going to do recommended price, what that price is at now, gain for each stock, and then what their total return is so far. So if you were to invest, every time they mention a stock, it gets put in here. So for instance, for Zip Trader, we have ChargePoint on here twice. And so each time it's mentioned, so that you were to put an equal amount of money in, then the end of the month, what kind of return would you get at the end of the month? We'll crown a guru and a Furu and see how that goes. So let's get into it. For Zip Trader, his biggest gain so far this month is here with Blink, and his worst performing stock is Skills up here. Although he's not, well, just Blink has been recommended twice, so he's done pretty good with that. And that leads us to a total of 1.16. Palantir is at 0% because it was just today that was recommended. For Chris Sane, same. We've got 3 that were just recommended. He's only actually recommended 2 stocks this month. Lots of options videos. Square has done really well, but Future FinTech not quite living up to the hype. He's at 1.46%. For Traveling Trader, his best performing stock has been SOS, as that is a Bitcoin mining stock, though that goes up and down wildly. And again, this is something you'd probably recommended to sell at a high point, but that is not something we're doing here. At the end of the month, I'll put in a month-long high, and assuming you were to have caught that exactly, see how that changes things. Anyway, he's at 0.95 for the month. Charlie Chang, his best is also Square. He's doing the best of everyone here at 6.79%. He doesn't have any negative recommendations so far. It's also important to note this was actually made in the beginning of March, but it was the top 6 stocks for April 2021. Tactical Investing is at negative 0.16, but not the worst of them. The worst we have so far, which I can only imagine is he gives recommendations every day, is going to be Keenan Grace, and he's really, really getting pulled down though by this Castor Maritime recommendation that he made early on. It went into a reverse split, and I just sort of tanked the stock. Stock Curry, which also shouldn't really be judged on his own recommendations. He does have some that he gives as actual recommendations from himself, but most of this though are going to be his compilation of YouTuber stocks. He goes over these, says which ones he recommends, which ones he doesn't, and so perhaps not exactly fair to hold him to this personally, but as far as your investing goes, these are all the stocks that he's talked about. As you can see, there's also some blanks here for Coinbase, which Microsoft just isn't reading or humble. And so they're just sort of getting left out until Microsoft updates that. But all of his stocks, which again are really just the whole everything on YouTube grouped together, are performing at 0.14%. So only 9 days into the month, but so far our leader for the month is Charlie Chang with 6.79%, and our leading Furu is Keenan Grace with negative 2.22. Let me know how I can improve this, what you think, or if there's any YouTube investment gurus that you'd like me to include in next month's list. Thanks, and I'll see you later.